Can you feel the tension building in the Formula One paddock right now? Max Verstappen, the name that has dominated headlines and shattered records, isn't just racing anymore. He's orchestrating a chess game off the track that could redefine the sport. Mercedes. Not just for fun, not just for experience, but strategic. Mercedes' 2026 engine performance have analysts and fans buzzing. A dynamic increase in the compression ratio during operation could potentially provide around 13 extra horsepower. That's not just a number, it's roughly 0.3 of a second per lap. In F1 terms, that's the difference between a podium finish and a championship-winning lap. Red Bull, despite dominating recent seasons, faces uncertainty. With Oliver Minzlaff stepping in as team lead after Horner and Marco's departures, Max's environment at Red Bull is evolving rapidly. And his manager, Raymond Vermeulen, has openly stated that 2026 could be a complicated season, with no clear engine advantage. Max's every decision, both on and off the track, is now under scrutiny. By fans, by rival teams, and by the engineers who design the cars he pilots. Ferrari, on the other hand, is quietly sharpening its arsenal for 2026. Their engineers are working on radical aerodynamic solutions, particularly in the front wing and side pod areas, to control airflow more efficiently, reduce turbulent wake, and enhance overtaking potential. By partially recreating the outwash effect, something earlier regulations tried to suppress, Ferrari may gain an advantage that allows closer racing, improved lap times, and smarter energy recovery. And speaking of energy, their new battery software promises to minimize the need for lift and coast strategies, previously a necessary compromise that hindered optimal performance. Smarter energy deployment, enhanced hybrid system integration, and aerodynamic ingenuity all point to Ferrari being a sleeper threat in 2026, even against the rumored Mercedes engine advantage. Let's pause for a moment and think about what this means for Max Verstappen. Every lap he completes in a Mercedes GT3 car gives him insight into how different engineering philosophies operate, from chassis balance to hybrid energy harvesting and deployment. Could this experience refine his F1 strategies? Could it help him anticipate rivals' approaches in 2026, translating into decisive advantages on track? Every technical nuance he learns could be worth fractions of a second that accumulate to monumental leads over a season. For a driver whose precision is legendary, understanding these subtleties is as critical as raw speed. And it doesn't stop there. Formula One is entering a season where energy recovery and hybrid systems will be more complex than ever. In 2026, teams will employ dedicated ERS engineers on the pit wall to assist drivers with energy deployment decisions, maximizing battery efficiency and strategic advantage. Max's GT3 experience could give him an intuitive understanding of energy management that few competitors will have. In a sport where every joule of energy matters, this knowledge isn't just tactical, it's transformational. The 2025 F1 season offered a tantalizing glimpse of what's ahead. Abu Dhabi saw a record 60 overtakes, the highest of the year, demonstrating how strategy, car performance, and driver skill intertwine. Bahrain followed closely with 59 overtakes, while tracks like Monaco and Qatar proved that layout, not just driver ability, dictates race dynamics. Max consistently turned opportunities into advantages, converting technical precision into championship-defining moments. But 2026 promises an entirely new challenge. Cars with new aerodynamic rules, hybrid integration, and strategic complexities. Every overtake, pit stop, and energy deployment choice will be amplified in significance. Max's experience in GT3 could well give him an edge in navigating these nuances, allowing him to turn uncertainty into opportunity. Let's not overlook the human element. Max Verstappen isn't just a prodigy behind the wheel, he's a strategist, a thinker, and a meticulous observer. While Red Bull adapts to internal restructuring and Mercedes potentially holds an engine advantage, Max is positioning himself to master both the mechanical and strategic dimensions of the sport. Ferrari's aerodynamic innovations, Mercedes's power unit capabilities, and the shifting F1 regulations all create a chessboard. Max isn't just playing, he's studying every piece, every move, and every possibility. Consider the implications. Could Mercedes be subtly preparing for a future scenario where Max Verstappen transitions to their F1 team? Could the GT3 partnership be an extended testbed for insights that inform future F1 car setup, energy strategy, and racecraft? Meanwhile, Red Bull faces the challenge of keeping their champion motivated and equipped to compete under uncertain conditions. Every decision Max makes, every test session, every team interaction could ripple into the 2026 F1 season. And the story only deepens when you factor in driver psychology and teamwork. Max's insights from GT3 could help him communicate more effectively with engineers, anticipate race conditions, and make split-second decisions that others might miss. This is the kind of subtle advantage that isn't immediately visible in lap times but shows up in championship standings. Combine this with the fact that energy management will be more critical than ever, and Max is positioning himself at the intersection of technical mastery and racing instinct. Meanwhile, fans and media are dissecting every public statement, social media post, and track test from Max. The excitement, speculation, and debate around his Mercedes GT3 involvement add layers of pressure and intrigue. Is this a precursor to a contract shift, a long-term strategic alliance, or simply an opportunity for Max to broaden his technical understanding? The answer is unclear, but the implications for Formula One are enormous. Red Bull, Mercedes, and Ferrari are all preparing for a season where tiny margins define outcomes, and Max is at the center of it all. In the end, what we're witnessing is more than racing. It's a strategic evolution of a driver who is constantly thinking 2 steps ahead. Max Verstappen's career has always been about pushing boundaries, mastering precision, and converting opportunity into domination. Now, with GT3 experience, potential insights into Mercedes engineering, and a 2026 season filled with technical uncertainties, Max is not just racing cars, he's racing the future of Formula One itself. So, as the 2026 season approaches, here's the question for all fans and analysts. Will Max Verstappen's Mercedes GT3 involvement give him the ultimate edge in Formula One? Will Red Bull adapt in time? Or could we see a strategic reshuffling at the very top? Could Ferrari's aerodynamic wizardry shake up the pecking order, or is Max positioned to turn these developments into another championship-winning campaign? The answers will unfold on track, lap by lap, energy decision by energy decision. Max Verstappen remains the focal point in a sport where every fraction of a second matters, every technical innovation has consequences, and every strategic choice can redefine outcomes. From GT3 testing to hybrid system mastery, from engine rumors to aerodynamic battles, Max is driving both literally and figuratively into the future of Formula One. And for fans like us, this isn't just another season. It's a masterclass in how a champion prepares, adapts, and dominates, both on and off the track. Share your thoughts in the comments. Do you think Max's GT3 partnership signals a future F1 switch, or is it purely strategic exploration? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned, because the 2026 Formula One season, with Max Verstappen at the center, is a story that will define the sport for years to come.